welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. Break through fears. What fear do you have that is stopping you from living an incredibly happy life? Always going to be challenges. When you get rid of the belief, or you stop believing the belief that tells you there's something you need to worry about, there's a threat, there's something out there that isn't good for you, and that's the ego and conditioning and all the other garbage we have. When you stop believing that, there's no fear. There's no threat. That's all fear is. It's you believing there's a threat. So the question is, who's in charge of that belief? You are. Oh yeah, here comes the garbage truck. You're in charge of the belief. Having my coffee now. And no matter who contributed to that, and believe me, that's a powerful energy out there. You know, decades, centuries, since the beginning of time. Oh, we're going to talk about time in a minute. That we have been told that there's a separate God from us, who judges us, who we have to worship, who decides whether or not we get certain things. That is all part of a structure. And this isn't, I'm not picking on religions right now, but that has all been part of many religious structures that controlled us. Think about it. Where does it say all of these things that stifle you from being this beautiful, powerful person? In fact, the opposite has been said in the Bible. Ye are all gods. These things you shall do and more. And we have been told to think the opposite, that it's blasphemous to think that. Why? Squash, give money, you know, stay in your place. It's tough to get past that conditioning. You are not worthy, you know, it's wealth is bad, and if good people, you know, they're pious, and all of these and those are all made up. They really are. They're only real if you believe them. So you get to choose your reality. You get to choose your reality. So when people comment and say that I'm depressed, I'm this, I'm that, that is an absolute statement of a reality that you're accepting. Even if those feelings and those thoughts are all there, you're still accepting it by even making that statement. And when you make a statement, you declare a new reality. You don't attract it. Nobody grants it to you or decides whether you're good enough or not. If that were the case, then we wouldn't have people like Attila the Hun and Napoleon and all the other really nasty guys out there who used manifesting against humanity. So you're always manifesting. You can manifest from any frequency, but the results are going to change depending on where you are. So when you raise your frequency, you are connecting to some pretty incredible stuff that's going to come very quickly. It's going to be very positive for the planet and yourself. So I know it's difficult to get there for some of you because you're just in such a deep, dark place. But I want you to remember that your reality is only real if you believe those thoughts in your head and nobody else is doing anything. The exact same situation for you could be horrific. And for me, it may not even bother me because I just see it differently. I believe something different than you do. And that is the reality I've switched over to that said, you know what? I'm the only one controlling everything in my life. And, you know, if there are things that I don't like, I have to decide if I'm going to shift out of those and then know what I want to shift into. You have to give some directives to the universe. And sometimes I just say the highest, best place for me, because it's not like the universe doesn't know all the probabilities. You are part of that energy over there making decisions. The biggest challenge that we have is as humans, we don't remember anything. Nothing. So one of my favorite people, Dolores Cannon, I actually got trained as a hypnotist under the quantum healing hypnosis technique, which is pretty amazing. Dolores Cannon is not a channeler, but she started to get information through her subjects who started to talk to her. Thousands of them who didn't know each other started to talk as if, and pick up conversations as if, you know, without a hitch, right? Somebody's talking, and let's say you're in mid-sentence, and then you hypnotize somebody on the other side of the country who's completely random, and the conversation picks up again. And it gave this, the entities, the ones over there, were giving her information that was pretty amazing. And the bottom line is, you control everything. This really is your test to break past, break through those fears and beliefs that aren't true, to connect to exactly what you are. Why we did this, I don't know. I'm not really always having fun here, because no matter how wonderful life is, and it can be heaven on earth, there's still a lot of stuff that's difficult to see. But we can pull out of that, and you cannot give up on this, because your choice is to either be miserable or snap out of it, right? Get out of it. And switch that belief. Do my 3-second manifestation video, my 60-second one. That's when we actually put in new beliefs within 60 seconds, switching over. And that's reprogramming yourself, because you've been programmed. So ask yourself, why are you believing the garbage that you're not? Well, I have fears and I'm not worthy. Okay, and what are you doing about it? Don't write me, and I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'll tell you the same thing. Take one of my courses where we take you through a long, involved, discovery phase, and then we work on that. But it's still going to come back to the same thing. You're controlling everything. I cannot make your decisions for you. Only you can decide if you're done with the garbage. We're not going to sit and analyze. I don't like to analyze anything. It's over. Your past is done. What did you learn from it? And what's the challenge? Are you going to forgive? That's a big one. Huge gateway to everything beautiful. So you can use it for good, or you can tell yourself that you're a victim. You get to choose everything. So you're always choosing your reality at every moment. You get to change the belief. And look at that belief that you have right now and ask yourself, is it really true? And why am I believing that? If it's a negative one, why am I believing it? Oh, and you can go into the long story. Yeah, we can all do that. But that's a gift. That is not a negative. And when you start looking at it different, and your belief is that everything has been programmed and planned for you to become something great, your belief changes about that too. You're totally in control. I can't change that for you. I can only guide you to it, and you have to make the choice. You are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings, my friend. Namaste.